Dreamers, and welcome to Disney Dreamlight Valley, the Storybook Vale edition. Today we're going to talk about the new DLC, and I'm going to share some of the tips and tricks and beginner helpful tips if you're just starting out on the Storybook Vale. Some of these things you might have not known. Some of these things might be helpful for you to not make some of the common mistakes that I had to make. So hopefully this video is going to be useful. Welcome to the ultimate Storybook Vale beginner tutorial. Now this tutorial is going to be literally stage 1. I'm probably going to release stage 2 tutorial as I progress more. This is literally what to do and some cool abilities that I've discovered on day 1 of playing Storybook Vale. Number 1, this one honestly blew my mind. You can build in the library, literally everywhere. Look what I've done inside. If you go inside the library, you can place any items anywhere in here except the circle in the middle. I made a nice little entrance to my lore book. I made here on the balcony. You literally can decorate any flat surface. Now here is a little bit of a glitch. I think they're going to fix it because the items kind of stay a little bit above the ground, but that's kind of cool. With certain items, I think that might look pretty cool. That's not all. You can also decorate inside the library rooms, like literally these locations. I placed some rugs here. You can literally decorate every piece of the floor that is here, including... Wait, I don't know about this balcony, but let's find out. That's actually very interesting. Including this balcony. Look at this. You can place items absolutely anywhere you want. If I want to place a chair in my library, yes please, there it is. You can sit down and enjoy a nice book. And this is still not all of it. Oh my god, how is this even possible? I wish... This is something that blew my mind because the Eternity Isle does not allow to do this. We have certain areas that kind of similar, like ruins, and you cannot build anywhere. Here, you can also build on the bridge. I placed these cool leaf piles here. You can also build in these areas. And I've seen some people on Reddit do, they would place their Scrooge store and their Remy restaurant right here. It actually fits perfectly. You can have a Scrooge store and the Remy restaurant on the other side. I wonder if this can go a little bit deeper. Unfortunately, it cannot. But Remy restaurant fits very nicely. So I personally would probably use this to decorate it in some different way. You can literally place absolutely anything. Okay, I know green doesn't make any sense, but maybe a little bit of green in this fall biome is gonna look good? I don't know, I'll probably remove it, but it's just nice to know that all of this area is available for you to unleash your creativity. I cannot wait to see what people come up with. Alright, now let's talk about the critters. Who eats what? If you want to discover it on its own, on your own, you can probably skip this area, but if you just want to know, here is the list. So let's start with the owls. Owls can be found in a bind. There is 4 different colors, and all of them eat any grains. Aw, little dead birdie. They eat grains, but the favorite grain is the barley. So if you can buy barley seeds from Goofy Stall in a bind, and then you can grow it and feed them. Or if you don't care about feeding them favorite food, you can feed them rice, wheat. I think corn counts as a grain in this game too, so any of those would work. But I highly recommend feeding them the barley because, first of all, it's easy to get. Second of all, it gives more experience, so you're probably going to unlock the critter faster. And third of all, you can complete Dreamlight Duties that require you to feed certain critters their favorite foods. So it's going to kill so many birds with one stone. Now, you can find little dragons in Ever After, and these things eat quite a lot of things. Some of the things that people have discovered are pure ice, which you can literally just mine from the walls, and I'm pretty sure pure ice is their favorite food. They would also eat magma. They would also eat onyx. I haven't tested onyx, but I've heard people saying that. I'm assuming they would eat probably majority of rocks, but their favorite is definitely going to be ice. So I would also use that. just to test out if they're gonna eat Star Sapphire. Yes, they will. They will eat pretty much anything you mine. in there. And the last but not least are going to be these little winged horses. These guys are all over Mythopia, and they are vegetarian, so they will only eat vegetarian dishes. And the way you approach them, okay, so about approaching, basically the owls are, you can just approach them like squirrels in the main game. The winged horses are like rabbits, so you have to chase them a couple times. You come close to them, then run away. You come close to them again until they let you approach. And the dragons are like turtles, so you just have to come to them and wait for them to calm down and accept your food. Now, of course, there's going to be issues with feeding these things, because apparently they have the same issue as in Eternity Isle. They teleport through the ruins, which is extremely annoying. You're gonna have better luck finding one that is not trapped on the staircase. If you get one stuck on the stairs, it's game over. These things just disappear, teleport. Like, you really... I can't. This is the only one I have right now in the entire area, and I just can't get to it. This thing just disappears on me. Please don't go down the stairs, please. No. Well, I give up. I guess I'm not feeding any unicorns today. I'm just gonna include a footage of me feeding a unicorn when I finally get to it. So basically, they eat any vegetarian dish of any star rating, but the favorite ones are the ones that are 4 or 5 stars. I cooked a bunch of gazpacho. Basically, anything that doesn't have any seafood or meat should work. Ratatouille, any kind of salad that doesn't have, once again, seafood or meat. Any... I don't know how they feel about eggs or milk or stuff like that. I would, just to be safe, find a dish that only has vegetables. Even you could even feed them like literally a roasted vegetable. If you just put one vegetable on a cooking station, they will still eat it. It's just not going to be their favorite, but it will count towards eventually taming them. Alright, now let's talk about the glitches that you can encounter in this DLC. There is only one that I've seen pretty much everyone encounter. Well, we're not counting not getting the rewards, because it should have been fixed by now. So everyone should have gotten their rewards. But you will notice some of the flowers in the bind will spawn in weird locations. And these weird locations are here. So you will find... right across this hidden door, there was always be 3 flowers. And the one on the left, you can pick up, no problem. But these 2 that are on top of this rock, do not try to pick them up or your game will freeze and you will have to restart. It's not a huge deal, but it's just annoying. So leave these 2 flowers. Sometimes there will be a flower spawning somewhere like here, maybe on the edge. If you see the flower that's floating like above water or very close to the water line, it's probably glitched and I wouldn't recommend picking it up, otherwise your game might get stuck. Alright, next tip that I have is to do Dreamlight Duties, Storybook Duties. I'm gonna tell you right now, the magic, the story magic, is a ridiculously important resource. It's used for everything. Crafting, unlocking new areas. You're gonna need 20, 30, 44,000 magic just to unlock all the areas in the game. You are gonna need also a bunch of it to craft the critter traps, which I'm not gonna go into this video. The next video that's coming out after this is gonna go into the critter traps in big detail. But what I'm gonna say about critter traps right now, if you're having trouble catching certain critters, don't waste your time. Just wait until you unlock the traps and you can build them. It's gonna make your life so much easier. So this currency is ridiculously valuable for 2 reasons. First, the only way to get it, the only way for some reason, is through the Storybook Duties or Storybook Vale. I don't know why. Mist can be gotten from time bending. Mist can be gotten from popping those little green crystals, the fragments of something of time. Like you get mist. Here you don't get mist for any I mean, you don't get the storybook magic for anything except the duties. At least I haven't found another way to farm it. You don't get any from catching snippets. You don't get any from popping these up. It's weird. It's honestly weird. And also, with time bending, it's kind of easier to get mist because you can get multiple time benders, and time benders multiply your mist drops. But here, doesn't matter. Like, you're literally not gonna have any help. All of your magic is gonna come from this, which is honestly extremely grindy. I feel like they should have a mechanic where you can convert your snippets, the ones you don't need, into the magic, because that's exactly what they are converted to in the book. So I wish we could do this on the crafting station. I have a feeling they're gonna introduce this mechanic in the second part of the DLC, because otherwise it's unsustainable in my opinion. Once again, I could be wrong. Maybe there is other ways to get magic, but I haven't found any yet, and I haven't seen anybody else suggest any better ways. So yeah, let me know in the comments if you found any. So what I was saying, I highly recommend focus on these duties from the start. You're going to be collecting a lot of things. You're going to be discovering a lot of things. You can use storybook duties to guide your exploration. For example, if it says plant 5 vegetables, once you have this duty, use this opportunity to plant some of the barley to feed the owls, or plant some of the other crops. We're going to go into it in the next point. Serve a meal, like some of them are pretty easy. Like, for example, serve a meal gives you 250 magic, which is really good. Hang out with Hades, like, you can do, like, try to incorporate these tasks in doing as many of them as possible throughout your exploration. It's gonna be ridiculously difficult to get all of the magic from just grinding these duties, and eventually you're gonna have to start grinding them because you will hit a hard stop in the game because you're gonna need more magic to progress. So I recommend starting early and build your exploration around completing these duties. And also, don't forget to claim your achievements. One easy way, very easy way to get a bunch of storybook magic in the beginning. It's a one-time thing, but what you can do is to claim these ones, the seed ones. Buy seeds in the biome. So all you need to do is go to Goofy Stall in that biome and buy 645 of any seed, and you are going to get pretty decent amount of magic. It's going to give you enough to pretty much unlock all the starting areas and even have some to spare. So this is a very, very good way. As you can see, I went pretty hard on mining, so I did a lot of mining, literally just running all the rocks with the potions until I completed all of these to get me some magic. Yeah, I haven't done much of the other ones yet. Working on it. Next point, when you start the game, it's probably too late for a lot of people, but I've seen a lot of people having this issue. Do not remove inkies in the starting area, because Merida will have a quest very soon. I think it's her first quest to clear a certain amount of inkies, and if you clear them all before starting that quest, you're literally going to be stuck for a bit. Well, at least until... It's probably going to be either wait for the next date for them to respawn or unlock another area, which shouldn't be that difficult to get 2,000 magic to unlock one of the areas and get inkies from there, but it will save you some time and sanity to just keep them until you do that Meridas Quest. There is also 2 hidden quests in the game. You can see their locations right here. There is going to be one page. I think it becomes available after you complete the first Meridas Quest and do the Enchanted Door. One is the Beast Quest. You can find the note right here near the bridge. And the other one is Olaf Quest, which is actually going to take you 2 days to complete because he needs photos of 3 owls, which is going to take a while because it can't be the same owls. It has to be different owls, but it's a pretty fun quest. Next is we actually have a new role, and it's a snippet catching role. So once you make a villager your reach level 2 with a villager, you can assign them a role. For example, Flynn is my snippet catcher, so when I hang out with him, he can have a chance to give me an extra snippet. To be honest, I don't think it's that... like, in the beginning, it's very powerful. If you want to unlock as many tapestries as possible, want to get as many of these as you can, this is good. This is really good. It's going to give you some extra snippets, but since it doesn't help you with Dreamlight magic, I feel like it's not as useful as having a time bender as a buddy. So I'm definitely not going to have multiple multiple snippet collectors. I'm probably just gonna have Merida and Flynn for now, and I'll probably convert them to something else later on. It just doesn't seem to be worth it for the snippets. It seems like there are better ways to catch them in decent amounts. And the last tip I have, if you just started, set up a garden. Now, if you have Eternity Isle, you have a huge advantage for this DLC. Setting up a garden like this is the optimal setup. You just put 4 of them in a big open area, and you have 35 to 4 areas of 35 crops. And you can literally just harvest them and then replant them using these things so fast and easy. It's actually ridiculous. So I harvest all of these right now. And for example, I bought a bunch of seeds so I can go to my chest and see what I want to grow. Let's say I want to grow a bunch of black pepper. So I just come here, select seed. Let's go for black pepper, plant seed, and that's it. One click, you can grow so much of the new plants. I highly recommend every time you unlock a new biome, you just buy a little bit of every seed, at least 35 of all the seeds, and then plant them like this in a field, just so you have all of this stuff for quests or potential meals recipes that you can eat in the future. It's always a good idea to stock up on the foods from the biome. So yeah, just like that, I'm come back in a few hours and it's going to be fully grown and I'm going to have lots of ingredients. This is a game changer. And not just these things, not just the gardeners. The vacuums are absolute game changer. Having a vacuum in every biome is going to save you so much time. You can literally just do this and collect all the flowers, all the spices, all the forageables, all of the inkies from the area, and without needing to run around and collect them. Now, unfortunately, they don't do the foraging, so you're still going to need to pick up the bushes and the trees and do the mining to make sure you collect everything, and the fishing. But at least they cut down the time you need to harvest resources by a lot. So gardeners and vacuums are insanely useful. All right, these are all the tips I got for the first day in the DLC. If you're just starting out, I think it could be very helpful. If you've already passed all of this, and there's probably most of the people watching are probably already inviting Maleficent and Hades for tea to try and stop their quarrel. But if you're not, I hope this was useful. Thank you so much for watching. I have this goal to reach 40,000 subscribers by the end of this year. Do you think it's possible? I don't know, but what I do know is that if you click the subscribe button right now, it's going to become much more real. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you're enjoying the DLC. I absolutely having the time of my life. It's incredible. I'll see you in the next one. Have a wonderful day, and goodbye.